The Cheeseboy 628 Show, starring Cheeseboy 628.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today giving you an OU tier Wi-Fi battle, and this versus my buddy SampleSounds. Check him out after the battle, link in the description of course. Now getting right into the team preview, I've got a Scarf Rotom Cut, Specs, Kyurem, Sub 3 attacks, Gengar, Specially Defensive Florges, Timid, Life Orb, Starmie, and Physically Defensive Heatran. Now look at my opponent's team. I honestly thought from a first glance that he had Mega Latios, Specially Defensive Tyranitar, and a Physically Defensive Slowbro. It's a pretty decent defensive core between Tyranitar and Slowbro, except for kind of a bug weakness, which would be annoying, but still. But he does have half of his team consisting of Psychics, which really isn't the best when it comes to team synergy. Luckily for him, I don't have any bug stab or just bug moves in general on my team. Now obviously, as you can see from the team preview, his T-Tar is his Mega, so automatically what I'm assuming from the beginning of the battle is just going to go wrong. So let's see how this battle goes. So I'm going to start with my Gengar just to scout what he's going to start out with, and it turns out it says Hawlucha. Now little did I understand, I realized after he brought this in that this Hawlucha can do a ton of work to my team, so I decided to go for the Sludge Bomb right away because I know after he gets the Unburden boost he's going to outspeed my whole team, and a combination of high jump kick and acrobatics will do a ton to my team. So I do get the Sludge Bomb off and I do get the poison on him, and he actually does live with just a little bit from the poison, and because of that I can bring in my Florges and easily press Protect. But I guess he realizes this and he's going to go right into his Nidoking. Now his Nidoking probably has a Sludge Wave, so I don't want to take that right now, and I'm just going to go right into my Heatran. Now I know he probably has the Earth Power as well, but I also just wanted to scout if this was a physically attacking or specially attacking Nidoking. Obviously it's specially attacking now. What's kind of interesting here is I bring in my Kyurem because I thought, you know, since I'm naturally bulky I should take this Earth Power, and I do, but it really wasn't the best play, and you'll definitely see why later. So I can go for the Ice Beam here, easily take out that Nidoking or this incoming Hawlucha. He definitely made the right play of sacking his Hawlucha there. Now he brings in a Tyranitar, and I have an Ice Beam, which I'm assuming that since he's specially defensive, there's no way that I'm going to be able to take him out. No way I would be able to take him out anyway, even if he was offensive, but I'm just bringing my Heatran now because I am physically defensive, and it turns out his T-Tar is Mega, so I think it's most likely that he is going to carry the EQ, but there's not much I can do right now. I kind of want to get up my rocks, and that rocks I did a decent amount, but here I'm going to switch out, kind of just scout to see if he does carry the EQ, and he does, and now I bring in my Rotom Cut. Now unfortunately, of course, since he has the Mega Stone, I can't just trick a Scarf onto him, and I'm actually going to have to go for the Volt Switch, which conveniently for me, he is going to switch out to his Latios. So now I can easily bring in my Florges because I'm specially defensive. He goes for the Psyshock, that's alright, but here's what's kind of interesting. Even if he specs Latios, I expected him to know that even if he specs that his Psyshock won't kill my Florges. So I could also easily bring in my Heatran, which I am actually going to bring in my Kyurem, and this was just an awful play. Easily the worst play of the game because Kyurem was definitely a win condition of mine, and you'll see that later. So I lose my Kyurem, and so now I can easily bring in my Heatran, sure, to get up my rocks, but I just lost my win condition. Oh my lord, I don't even know why I was thinking these plays when I was facing him. Yes, he's going to bring in his T-Tar now, predicting anything that I could possibly go for right now. But yes, I'm just going to go for my rocks. So the Sandstorm's gone, so he no longer has the specially defensive boost from the sand, and so that's kind of nice for me, and I think he realizes that, which is why he goes out from his T-Tar back to his Latios. But he's going to take some rocks damage now, which is really nice, and I just go to Flash Cannon to get a decent bit of damage on him, and I am able to do a decent amount to that Latios, get that Spidef drop, so now I could possibly go for the Lava Plume to potentially burn something that tries coming in, and little did I know there's an ice cream truck in my driveway right now. Anyway, I am able to take him out with that Lava Plume. He goes for the T-Ball, which is a decent amount, especially since I am physically defensive. So now he's going to bring in his T-Tar, so he can get the sand up, he's going to be nice and specially defensively boosted, and so I think my Heatran's pretty much useless now, but hey, I can save it for some fodder later, and plus I'm going to go to the Rotom in case he tries to go for the EQ, but he makes the nice play of going for the Crunch, except I am physically defensive, so I knew I could have taken that. Probably should have just foddered off my Heatran, gosh dang it. But yes, my Rotom Cut's practically useless now, so I'm going to press the Leaf Storm button and hope to do a decent amount, and I am offensive, but that freaking Tyranitar is just so strong, so bulky, eats it up, and then takes me out. But now I can easily bring in Starmie, and I'm just like, if this doesn't kill, I don't know what to do. That life bar is just going down pretty slowly, but I was able to take him out with that stab super effective Life Orb Surf. So now he brings in his Slowbro. There's really not much I can do. I wish I had my Kyurem because a Specs Draco would destrolish that thing. But unfortunately, my best motive is to go into my Florges here. He goes for the T-Wave, that's honestly not the biggest deal, especially since I have Aromatherapy, and so I can easily just keep pressing Moonblast because he's probably physically defensive, and then if I get some nice special attack drops, it's going to be very nice for me. But I don't really want to stay in, as I can bring in my Starmie, kind of stall him out a bit, although it's really not the best play. I probably should have just stayed in, even though I was kind of predicting this Psyshock here. So my Starmie doesn't take that well, because of course it's not like the bulkiest of things, but it still takes it alright, I guess. Now I bring in my Florges again, kind of anticipating the switch, but that is not the case, and things are just not going my way. I just have no way of gaining momentum now because I don't have my freaking Kyurem. Why would I fire? I don't know. That was like 2 weeks ago. I was probably on many drugs. No, probably not. That's bad. Anyway, so now he brings in his Nidoking, and as you're going to see, he does a ton of work to my team with that monster. Even though I'm especially defensive, I'm not going to take these Sludge Bombs, Sludge Waves, whatever poison stab he has to hurt me. By the way, I have Ice Cream because Dylan decided to go out to the little ice cream man out there, and he got me a little Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyway, so I'm going to go for the Moonblast, and thank the Lord I get the special attack drop, because otherwise this would not be good for me. My wish comes true, and I'm at 105 health, and I'm thinking, I know this is his winning condition, and I'm hoping he thinks the same thing, although I really want to get off as much damage on him as possible. But if I keep Starmie alive, I should be able to take him out, so I am just going to stall him out a bit, just go for Protects and go for some Wishes. He does have the special attack drop, so it's definitely a winning chance for me here, so I can press Moonblast and Wish after a little bit of a while, because then I'll have enough confidence that I think I'll be able to live a hit. Not really sure why he's staying in here when he can just come in later and he's able to switch out. But yes, once again, I'm going to press Wish. Then I can easily press Protect here. I've got to. It's my safest play. And he actually brings in his Mew here. So I haven't really seen what this Mew does. Maybe it's Baton Pass. Maybe it's just offensive on its own. Maybe it's support. I guess we'll find out in just a second. But yes, I can easily press Moonblast. I see that he has leftovers after taking the Stealth Rock damage, and I am going to switch out. I'm going to bring in my Heatran kind of as fodder, and he actually goes for his rocks. So I'm thinking my best play here is to go for the Lava Plume, potentially burn it, because even if he tries synchronizing, of course it's not going to affect me. So I'm going to also get some nice lefties, as he did go for the rocks. But yes, he goes for the Aura Sphere here. Me being physically defensive, I take it alright, but if I was especially defensive, I would have eaten that up so very nicely. But yes, I go for the Lava Plume, get the burn, extremely nice, because unless he has Heal Bell, there is no way he's going to relieve that status. Now the only problem is, I do kind of just want to keep my Heatran around just as another poke to potentially fodder if it does come down to that, so I am going to switch out, especially since those Aura Spheres will eventually wither me away. And I do have a Florges in my back pocket, so I'm going to eat up this Aura Sphere easily. If he has Psychic or Psyshock, I probably shouldn't be too worried. Look at that Aura Sphere, it does diddly. So I can also just keep pressing Moonblast, because then his special attack goes down, potentially, and I should be able to wither him away from there. Although if he carries Roost, that could be just as annoying. But yes, he's going to switch out. He actually brings in Nidoking, which I actually appreciate, because he's taking the rocks damage. I can go for the Wish, and then I can press Moonblast. Probably should have just pressed Moonblast there. I'm also potentially trying to bring some Wish support to some of my other pokes, but it's probably not going to happen as long as this Nidoking's around. Now it makes a kind of weird play and goes for the T-Bolt here as I go for the Moonblast, but this Nidoking is just taking all of my hits so nicely, and I have no means of taking him out without getting a free switch into my Starmie. So here I think the best play is to go in my Heatran, just sack it, and I can go down to combination of an Earth Power and a Sludge Bomb. I don't know why he went for the Earth Power there. Why didn't he go for a Sludge Bomb? That was definitely his best play. Don't really know why. But now I go into my Starmie. I'm thinking he's going to switch out, can go for the spin, get my rocks away. Wait. He stayed in. He stayed in. This was his win condition. Why did he keep this in? This was his only way of winning. Otherwise, he could have easily stalled him out with the rest of my pokes. But he stays in on a potential Psyshock or Surf. He has a Slowbro. Why did... Oh my... I swear, that was the most frustrating part of this game, because the rest of this, he has his Nidoking. You could say he has balls, but that was not what he was thinking. He thought he lost. I have the Skype chat. he thought he lost. So I guess he was just giving up, but maybe he could have played this out. Oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. So these last few turns here, I'm definitely just going to speed up because it's me trying to stall out this Nidoking a little bit, but then eventually I'm going to realize, yeah, this is probably not the best play, especially since Sludge Bomb is slowly doing more and more to me. But yes, he does have Sludge Bomb because he doesn't have the Sludge Wave TM yet, because usually though it doesn't really matter in regards to damage, but here you can see how much it does, because otherwise he probably would have been able to take me out a lot faster. But yes, finally I hope that I can possibly take an Earth Power, but I just have taken too much damage. He's going to take me out with the Nidoking, and that's going to be a GG. So good game, Sample Sounds. We always have our pretty close and intense matches. I would battle you again sometime. Check them out, guys. Sorry for the weird upload schedule this week, just have been really busy, but thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.